Hello students. Today we will read a very basic concept of social science which we should know from the start, but there is lot of confusion in this concept. What is the concept? The concept is of AD, CE, BC and BCE. What are they? Where are they used? What is the major difference between all these? We will read one by one about them and we will clear this concept today itself in this video. Firstly, we should be aware about its full forms. So moving towards its full form. Full form of BC is before Christ and BCE is before Common Era. The full form of AD is Anno Domini and the full form of CE is Common Era. Now moving towards the next question, that is where they are used. So in history we have seen various dates after that CE, BCE or AD is written. So what is the basic difference or where BC is used, where AD is used? We will get to know about this here. Now here in this image we could see a number line which have a gap of 500s on the left side also and on the right side also. Now the margin, the midpoint is taken as 0 and this 0 is the time when Jesus Christ is born. This 0 is indicating the birth time of Jesus Christ. Before it, the time would be in negative and after it, the time would be in positive. What does this mean? We will do when we will solve these year mathematically. Right now, we just need to understand the time before Jesus Christ is born is known as BC or BCE. BC is known as before Christ and BCE is known as before Common Era. Now the time after Jesus Christ born is known as AD or CE. AD is known as Anno Domini and CE is known as Common Era. There is one term BP before present, that is before AD 1950. This we will know further in the video. Firstly, we will take care about the four terms, that is BC, BCE, AD and CE. Before moving further, let's get to the full form once again. BC is before Christ, CE is Common Era, BCE is before Common Era and AD is Anno Domini. Now, just remember that if BC or BCE is given, time is in decreasing order, and if CE and AD is given, time is in increasing order. What is this? Let's understand by solving the time period. Now let's see an example. A person took birth in 500 BCE and died after 50 years. What does this mean? That is, for what time period he is alive. So just now I have told you the time in BC and BCE will be in decreasing order. What does that mean? This person will be alive from 500 to 500 minus 50, that is 450 BCE. So the time period the person is alive is from 500 to 450 BCE. Now let's take another example. If a person took his birth in 1000 AD and died after 50 years, what does this mean? That is, for what time period he was alive. So when the time period is in AD, that is it will be in increasing order. So he will be alive from 1000 to 1000 plus 50, that is 1050 AD. That is, he will be alive from 1000 to 1050 AD. Now let's further move to the concept of BP. What does BP means? BP means before the present. If at some place BP is written after any of the date, then what is it mean? It means that the time period before 2000. If at a place it is written 500 BP, this means the time period 500 before 2000, that is 2000 minus 500 equal to 1500. It is commonly used by the archaeologist by dating the age of the stones they found. Now further, in this image we could see the timeline of Indian history. From 7500 BC, civilization at Gulf starts. Now Indus Valley civilization that we have read in class 6 is from 2500 to 1500 BC. Now we could see here the time period in BC, which is given on the left hand side, is in decreasing order, and the time period given on the right hand side is in increasing order. That is, the reign of Chandragupta I is 320 to 335, that is AD. Now let's understand the concept of century. As we all are aware that century is 100-year gap. Now what is first century? First century is from 0 to 100 years. Similarly, the second century would be from 100 to 200, and the third century would be from 200 to 300. Means if the year 249 is going on, then the century would be third. If the year 489 would be going on, then the century would be fifth century. If the year 1061 would be going on, then it would be 12th century. Similarly, we are living in the year 2021, 2021. That is, we are living in the 21st century. To know the century of the year, you just have to deduct last two digits of the year you are living and then add 1 to it. That is, the year 2021. Deduct last two digits, 21. 20 plus 1 is 21st. That is, we are living in the century 21. Now let's take another example. If we are living in year 3589, then which century we are living? Just leave last two digit, that is 89. The remaining number will be 35. We have to add 1 in it. 35 plus 1, that is 36. So we would be living in 36th century. Hope so this concept would be clear to you all. Now if you want to find how many years ago the battle or anything which is given in AD or BC happened, then how to find it quickly? Let's understand that concept also. For this concept, you have to remember two things. If the time is given in BC, you have to add, and if it is given in AD, you have to subtract. Now from what you have to subtract or what you have to add? From the current year you have to add or subtract. Now let's understand this very carefully. Battle of Panipat. There were 3 battles of Panipat. The first battle of Panipat was in 1526 AD, The second battle of Panipat was in 1556 AD and the third battle of Panipat was in 1761 AD. Now, how many years ago do this happen? The current year is 2021. The first battle of Panipat took place in the year 1526. How many years ago do this happen? 2021 minus, because it happened in AD. So in AD we have to subtract. So we will subtract from the current year the year it happened. 2021 minus 1526, that is 495 years ago the first battle of Panipat occurred. Similarly, we could find all others. Now if your time is given in CE or AD, you have to just subtract it, and if your time period is given in BC and BCE, you have to add it. This is it. Hope so you have understand the concept very well, the concept of BCE, BC, AD or BP, and the concept of centuries. Thank you.